Another edition of my live tea tasting. Sorry, I'm a little bit late here. I got caught up in a little something, but I'm ready to go. I'm doing another one of the another one of the teas that you guys chose. Today I'm doing another David's teas. That's 2 weeks in a row. I have white chocolate chai. Shanna, welcome. I'm so confused because last week was chocolate chili chai, and now I'm doing white chocolate chai, and that's a lot of chocolate, a lot of chais, and I'm a little bit a little bit confused on the pronunciation. So, excuse me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this party started. It's a hola. Hey Teresa, welcome. Ooh, I'm choking a little bit. It's all that chocolate chili chaiing thing that I've been trying to get out, and it hasn't quite worked yet. So anyway, last week, this is the first time I'm doing 2 David's teas in a row. This one is it's a different because I thought it was going to be like a white tea with chocolate, but it's actually just a white chocolate tasting tea. It's got black tea, ginger, cinnamon, cocoa nibs, white chocolate, cardamom, cloves, cocoa powder, stevia extract, natural and artificial flavoring. Greg, what's up? Bring who on camera? I can show you this if that's what you missed. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, and we'll see how it goes. I've never had a white chocolate tea before, so we'll see. Oh wow, this is a very chunky tea. I'll show you guys in a minute. Okay, this has got a very sweet a very sweet scent to it. You can smell the chocolate, but there's something more in it. The cardamom. This is the first time I've seen this in a tea. The cardamom is like whole buds. Here, check it out. I've never seen cardamom put in like this before. Usually, it's either crushed or powdered. So they put a giant chunk in there. So this is gonna add to the effect. Hopefully, it'll be hotter than last time, because last week's tea was a bit mild for my taste. A little bit more, because I like it nice and strong. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. It's a very interesting looking tea. And before I forget, I'm going to put on... There we go. Lights off. I always forget to do that. Okay, so this is a very interesting looking tea. I'll show you guys. You have real big chunks of white chocolate. That's that noodle looking thing there. You got the cardamom over here. The cloves, you can see. Yeah, it's a very chunky tea. Even the leaves are cut pretty big. I'm taking a look here. Yeah, you can see everything. Like the chunks of cinnamon bark are in there. Like, this is a very visually stimulating tea. You can see every single ingredient that's in there. And I think that's a good thing, because big chunks mean big flavor in for the most part, and it really brings out the scent as well. I'm actually kind of surprised how strongly scented this is. It looks like kibbles and bits. Hopefully, it doesn't taste like kibbles and bits. I think I still put in a little bit less than usual. It looks like. You can see it's a very low level, like about here. Usually I have a little bit more. I'm going to leave it as is, just depending on the fact that it's such a big, chunky tea that I'll probably get a lot of flavor out of that little bit. So I'm going to leave it as is and not going to worry about putting in too much like I usually do. It probably is. It smells delicious, so it'll probably taste delicious. Usually something that smells as good as it does would follow up with the taste, because taste is, I believe, 80% smell or something like that. I'm sure somebody will correct me later on, but until that happens, I'm right. Anyway, so I'm going to steep this as a regular black tea. I'm going to have 212 degree water for 5 minutes, and that should produce the tea just as it's supposed to be. Once again, well, it says 200 degrees, so that extra 12 degrees might be oversteeping it, but probably not by much. Generally, black teas do have a high threshold for temperature, so 212 is my norm. I'm going to go with that as always. There we go. Wow, this is very interesting because it's like the giant chunks are floating in there. I'm going to show you real quick. Wow, look at that. It's a very, it's everything is coming up to the top. You don't always see that during teas, usually because everything is in small portions. It's harder to see. This one is very visual, and I don't know. I kind of like the way that it looks when it floats to the top. Nicole, welcome. Been a while. So what was that from the website you were saying, Shanna? That it's 200 degrees. I was looking for it on the website. It might be one of those that have been discontinued, or it might be seasonal. I don't know. But I wasn't able to find it on the website. I'll check again later after the stream is done. Oh, the temperature. Yeah. I mean, I just go by Adagio standards, because that's how I learned. So I'm just gonna go with what I know. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't able to find it. I'll give it another shot, because I always post the link if it's available, so that you guys at home can try it if you want. You can order it online, and I mean, it's always good to put it. I appreciate that for the 200 degrees that you wrote on there. I appreciate that. I'm just varying it a little bit. You know me, I like to live on the edge. Oh, I forgot to set my timer. I'm going to set it. I'm going to assume that was about 2 minutes. I don't know. I might have screwed up there, but who cares, It's a black tea, so if I'm off by a little bit, it's not going to make too much of a difference. But yeah, I got my duck timer going, and he'll let me know when I'm ready to go. But in the meantime, oh, my computer just fell asleep. Here we go. In the meantime, I'm smelling a lot of the chocolate. Now, generally, I'm not a fan of white chocolate, but in this case, because it's a really creamy kind of taste and texture to it, that just might mean the black tea is more on the creamy side, which I have no qualms about. I love a creamy tea, but the chocolate scent is extremely prevalent. I don't smell anything else. Let me see. It's very strong. Like it's. Look at how far I am from the pot, and I'm getting all that full flavor. The full. I don't want to call it an odor, because usually odor has a negative connotation, but the scent of it is really, really sweet, creamy. It's pure white chocolate, so I'm down for it. A couple of you people were... Oh, there's Quackhead. Quackhead's telling me it's done. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. And I'm drinking this unsweetened. I really don't think it should be sweetened, because you have actual pieces of chocolate in it, and it's probably melted into the into the tea, and I'm going to hopefully I'll let it drip because you guys know I always tend to pull it out too early, and it drips all over my floor every single time. And I'm trying to avoid that. I really am, because I hate having to clean it up in the middle of the stream. But it happens, I make a mess. What can I say? So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this out because it's already smelling really, really good. And you can see right away, this is not your average black tea. It's very, very white and creamy. So I'm assuming that's a lot of the white chocolate that melted into it. It's got, you can tell like there's a huge difference. I'm going to show you guys right now. I smell like it's pure chocolate. It is pure white chocolate. Look at how light that flavor is. I didn't sweeten this. I didn't put any cream in it. That is all, Sue, welcome! That is all white chocolate. And, like I said before, it does not need any sweetener at all. I can smell it. This is all pure chocolate. And now when I put... it smells like real... Oh, it is yummy. When I get close to it, you can smell the cinnamon a lot stronger. Like from a distance, all you smell is the white chocolate, but once you get close, you smell the cinnamon, and it's a nice aroma. I'm impressed. This is actually a little bit... Stop talking about your white chocolate self. I'll try, but it's hard for me to stay off that subject for too long. But yeah, this is actually a little bit spicier than I thought. Last week's chocolate chili chai, it wasn't that spicy. It was all dark chocolate. But this, I guess it's because it's a sweeter, softer chocolate taste. It's bringing out the cinnamon, cardamom, and the spices a lot more. This is more along the lines of what I was expecting last week. Yeah, that's really, really good. I do not need to put any sweetener in that whatsoever. It tastes like... I don't know if anybody's actually ever done this, but if you were to make like a white hot chocolate, that would be that. And you get a good flavor. Normally, like I don't eat white chocolate. What's the after breath like? Like when you breathe out, is it a spice kick? No, not really. All the spice is going in, but nothing's coming out. It's got a nice kick to it. It's a mild kick, but not. It's there. It's more prevalent than last week. Last week it was zero. Like there was no kick whatsoever. It was hot chocolate, but this is white chocolate with a nice little burn at the end. Which do you like the most, this week's or last week's tea? I'd have to say this week. This week, it's got a more different flavor than I imagined. And I mean, like I have always been a fan of spice. This has more of a kick. I think it's a little bit sweeter than last week's. Generally because white chocolate is sweeter than dark chocolate, and that was all like super dark chocolate last week. So you had more of a hot cocoa feel to it. This one is more of a milky creamy taste with an undertone of spice. It's a nice balance. I like it. And you can tell, like, the cinnamon. I'm having so many English problems today. The cinnamony, I guess, is a good word. The cinnamonness I'm gonna go with cinnamon ness with this one because there's not an accurate word in the English language for it. But the cinnamon ness. Hey, welcome, Ma. Welcome. You're here. The cinnamon ness of it actually brings out more of the chocolate flavor than. It's like the balance is really good, and they promote each other equally, and I really like that. Oh no, it's okay. I was late too. I was about 4 minutes late. I admit it. I apologized. I got caught up in doing a little something, and then I lost track of time. And I said, "Oh, I got a stream tonight." But that's what happens with an artiste. They're always scatterbrained. But anyway, like I was saying, it's a nice blend between the milk chocolate and the cinnamon. It gives it kind of like a breakfast drink kind of feel to it. Something that you would get like good with oatmeal, I would imagine, because you have the creaminess, you have the sugary part in the oatmeal, and it'll balance really well with the cinnamon and the white chocolate with in this one. So I went ahead and answered that question early. what kind of food it would go with? I'd say oatmeal. It's I don't really see this as a dinner tea. Maybe lunch or a lunch snack kind of deal. Like I don't think it would pair well with lunch food, but midday snack should be fine. A dessert. Dessert is a really good tea. A really good time for it. I think that it would actually go well with cream. Cream might actually pull it up, but I hesitate to say that just because if the cream is too heavy, it might drown out the cinnamon a little too much. Maybe just a hint of it, just to give it some texture, but not enough to oversweeten the flavor. Because I think that you'd want to taste the cinnamon that goes along with it. This is actually it tastes like a really good tea for the winter. Like it's actually starting to warm me up a little bit, and I really like the effect. I still feel it in my throat right here. Half and half, yeah, half and half. I'd try. Again, not too much because you don't want to drown out the nuances in the flavors. I feel like this would be a very delicate balance. If you were to mess with it too much, you might wind up favoring one side over the other. This has been a very you could tell that a lot of thought has been put into this one because they wanted to get the blend just right, and I can appreciate the work. That's so good. I'm really liking this, and because it's black tea, it's gonna be caffeinated. And it's probably gonna go well with the sugary portion. You'll be like energized for some time, I'm sure. Now I have heard that sugar doesn't actually give you a physical sugar rush. It's just the emotional response to it. Yeah, I think I think it was discontinued. I was gonna look again for it on online, but it may have either been discontinued or it may have been seasonal. We'll see. all in due time. I'm sure we'll take a trek down to David's really soon. One of these days. I mean, we always find ourselves over there every couple of weeks, so we're about due. But yeah, I feel like it's been discontinued. Maybe I think you might have said that when you first gave it to me, but I mean, that was a while ago, so we'll see. But it's so hard to like not drink. This is I think it's a really good tea. It's sippy good. You have to slurp it to really appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying this. So you guys have any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Just throw it at me. I'm in a mood right now that it's just like penetrating my chest. And in a good way. Like, I have this internal warmth that's really giving it a good, I need a painting of myself drinking tea in the background because that wouldn't be egotistical at all. You're right. If you know any painters or if you want to do it yourself, go right ahead. I won't stop you. Just be like, pinky up. I'll have to be dressed in a what is it? The Regency garb. Oh, I know if Lena were here, she'd be so proud that I used the proper term, Regency. If in case you guys don't know, or because I just want to show it off, this is Regency garb. There we go. That's my classy painting of R2-D2 dressed in Regency clothing. So I'm sure a lot of you guys already know what Regency is, but I wanted to show off my my painting. That one, it adds so much class to my room. You have no idea. Like, I walk into it and it's like a museum. But anyway, going back to the subject. I always tend to go off on little tangents like that. But yeah, like, I'm going to take another sip because this stuff is really, really good. I really think that this would go very well iced. I'm going to try to do that. But the only thing is that since this is discontinued, I don't think I want to make the full my full canister with the iced tea, because I know that if I do that, it'll be gone in an instant. Usually it takes about 8 teaspoons, and I don't want to do that to the like to make that my one shot, and then I never have it again. It'll suck. With whipped cream on top, yeah, definitely, because I mean it's got such a oh, excuse me, it's starting so early. It's got this this natural creaminess already from the melted chocolate. Oh, I'm fighting that hiccup. Back, beast. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it's I think it's gone. I feel it trying to come back. Like, no, stay down. Anyway. Anyway, like I was saying, it's got a nice creamy texture to it naturally. So a little whipped cream on top, maybe a little cinnamon stick for garnish might be a good call. I don't think I would add any honey to it. Honey might be a little bit on the earthy sweet side, and that'll probably reduce the effect that it should have. And of course, no lemon at all. Like, this is not a honey and lemon tea whatsoever. You're gonna want to have this for dessert, as sweet as possible, as you like it. You know, there's nothing wrong with seasoning to taste, so to speak. And I think it's done. I left it enough time to not drip. What I show you guys, I'm testing it just to make sure. Cinnamon honey, yeah, cinnamon honey might be good. But here's what it looks like when it's wet. You have a nice lively color. It's actually very, like, the scent of it is really good. Like, everything is coming out at once. So the tea that you do have in your cup is actually adding to the tea that I have here as far as the scent is concerned. And it looks like it's about doubled in size. It started over here. I used less than I usually do, and it popped up to here. So yeah, it looks like it pretty much doubled in size. I want to see, just for morbid curiosity, what it looks like when you open up one of the cardamom. So let's discover together. Not like you have a choice. You're going where I take you. So I'm gonna peel back some of these leaves. And that's very interesting. You have a pod inside. That's... Oh, I'm trying to peel that away. And it's got, like, seeds in it. That is really, really cool. Let me see if I could put this down without disturbing it too much. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. All right. Oh, so here we go. That's very interesting. Like, you have all of these seeds that are inside the leaves. I've never actually seen it like that before. It looks really, really slimy only because it just came out of the water. I don't know if the seeds individually are edible. Maybe. I would imagine so, because I mean, usually cardamom is a good seasoning. I don't think I'd want to find out the hard way, so I'm going to do my own research later on to see if these seeds are edible. But yeah, I've never seen it like this before. It's really interesting. And I would be totally embarrassed if this is actually not the cardamom, but I've seen enough of it to know the difference. I'm trying to pull some of this out of the actual leaf without making a mess. Now this looks interesting. There are cloves in the mix, yeah. I might try to pull one out. We'll see. But yeah, check this out. Well, I'll use the camera. Now you have like the stem in the middle. It's still in there, and all the seeds are still gathered around it. And it feels, actually, you know what? It feels pretty soft. Like it's soft on the outside, and then there's hard, there's like a hard shell on there. You can't really. Oh, it's stuck on the wrong side of the nail. There we go. I feel like you can. Oh, it's stuck there. It doesn't want to come off. There we go. I feel like you can just crack these open with your teeth, and it'll give you a nice little burn. But yeah, it looks like it's I don't know. It looks delicious to me. I don't know what it is, but I want to eat some. Oh, and now I can't get it off my fingers. So tea tastings can get a little messy sometimes. All right, I need to handle stuff. There we go. All right, it's all off. Let me see if I can pull out one of the cloves. The cloves. Oh, it's too dark. Let me go by the light. Oh, I'm trying to dig them out. It's so hard to see because it's all dark. I think there's one right here. No, that's a leaf. Doggone it. Never a clove around when you need it. Oh, wait. I feel it. There we go. I got one. Ew. No, that's just a twig. I thought it was a clove. They're in here. I saw it before I put the water in. Oh, but they're all leaves. Doggone it, they're escaping me. Yep. Sorry, I'm not going to spend the full, Jose, welcome. Yeah, twigs. I call it twigs. They're actually just dried up pieces of stem from the leaf, but I call them twigs because that's what their seeds. Yeah, exactly. Seeds and stems. You just missed it, actually. I pulled out one of the cardamom pods, and because I've never seen it in the tea as a full pod, but I opened it up and there was this a huge stack of seeds in there. I think I might be able to do the same with this one right here. This one is a smaller pod, so it'll probably just be all seeds. But yeah, same thing. You have, trying not to, it looks like just a nice little bud in the middle of it. You guys can see, trying to keep it open, and it's out of focus. It's not looking good. But anyway, yeah, I already showed you guys, so if you want to see the fullness of it, you can always go back into the YouTube when I post it, and you'll get a nice look at it. Because I mean, it was an extensive look. Even as it gets cooler, you can tell it's taking on that that kind of hot chocolate cinnamony. I've been having problems with that word this entire time. I promise I'm not drunk. I'm just having pronunciation issues. But yes, it's the cooler that it gets, it's still maintaining that chocolate and cinnamon balance to it. It's a very rich flavor. And I'm really enjoying it. This is the kind of tea that you gotta slow down and really appreciate it. Like, I'm fighting the urge of swishing it in my mouth. That's what she said. Because I have to talk. So, if I have it swirling around, you know what? I'm just gonna indulge for a minute. It's the kind of taste that surrounds the tongue, and generally, it's not a bad thing at all. When you drink a good full flavored tea, that's the kind of effect that you want. You'll want something that has a full range. Some teas have spice only, so you taste it only in the back of your throat. Other teas, they're really, really sweet, and you get most of it in the middle, not in the middle, right at the tip. This one is a nice full flavor, where if you have it in your mouth, it basically takes up the entire tongue. And when you get a full-bodied flavor like that, you can really appreciate it. So anyway, you guys want to have any questions, any comments? I have a little something in my throat that doesn't want to go away. Yeah, that's better. I had to flush it a little bit. I don't know, it's like I had a little bit of an itch or something. But anyway, so like I was saying, it's got like a really nice creamy texture. It's maintaining that texture even as it cools. Which do I eat Indian food? Yeah, you've seen me eat Indian food. Yeah, I mean, if you're asking if it'll go well with Indian food, probably not. It'll probably go better with Indian dessert. Maybe some rice pudding. I don't know that. I know that that's not Indian, but that's just what came to mind right now. That'll go along well with it. Something with a nice cinnamon and creamy base. Maizena. Maizena would go awesome. Yeah, Teresa's always thinking about food, but I mean, look at where she grew up. Growing up Puerto Rican, food is like the centerpiece. Oh, excuse me. As many people as we fed, shoot. Like, you can't be surprised. That's our heritage. We've inherited a love of food. So Something with a honey base. Yeah, I can see that. Uh, like cookies. Maybe certain kinds of cornbread, depending on what you put in it. Some people use honey in cornbread. Um, that would go pretty well with that. I hear footsteps. Oh, the dogs are going crazy. Well, not going crazy. They're actually pretty mild today, but I hear them right up there. You do what? Oh, you know the heritage or the food heritage, I'm assuming. Next time I go to an Indian restaurant, ask for, I don't know how to pronounce that, gulab jamun. Gulab jamun. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. If you could put that through phonetically, I'd appreciate that. um, I would definitely like to try that. It sounds good. I don't know of any Indian restaurants offhand. I haven't had any since I moved, but then again, I haven't really thought to look. It's a honey-based donut with the spice of the tea. It's probably delicious. You've never had it yourself. Gulab jamun. Okay, that's good to know. I'll try to remember that. Um, I'm actually, you know what? Now that you mention it, it has really been a long time since I've had Indian food. I really should look into that. I'm sure that there's plenty of stuff I'll probably like get a Groupon or something. Uh, I'm constantly looking for food there anyway, so why not? Mm. Oh, so you have had it. Okay, well, then you can't say it's probably delicious. You get to say it is. India House on Grand. Is that downtown Grand? Or is that closer to as you go west? I had to think about it for a minute because I'm not native, so it takes me a minute to think about it. Step away from Burger King. I do step away from Burger King, although I eat it quite often. It's still. Oh, you never had the tea? Okay, then yeah, it makes sense. Although I do go to Burger King often, it's not the only thing I eat. As a matter of fact, I bought another. Carmen, welcome. Dearborn and Clark. Okay, yeah. Then oh yeah, I know where that is. Well, I know where Dearborn and Clark is meets Grand. So yeah, I'll give it a shot. And I lost my train of thought. That's what happens. Oh yeah. I bought another Groupon to Jellyfish because you guys knew last time I ate there, I loved it, and it turns out you can buy a new one every, I believe, either 90 or 180 days. I forget. But I am eligible again, so I did buy it, and I'm gonna go there soon. We passed on the way to the Anti-Cruelty Society, so I've probably seen it and just like didn't register. We'll see. I want to have some then pretty soon, because it's been a while, and I mean I love some chicken tikka masala, so good. I think the last time I had it was a couple years before I moved out of New York. I'm gonna have to get my fix soon enough. But yeah, anyway, back to the tea because I'm off on another tangent again. Carmen, since you're just joining us, I'm having some white chocolate chai. I almost did it again. I almost said chocolate chili chai. Yeah, that's right. It has been too long. I'm about due. Um, I'm having white chocolate chai, and it tastes like white hot chocolate. It's really, really good, and it's got a nice slight kick to it. It's not like last week's where you didn't taste it at all. In this week, you have it's mostly of a cinnamon burn. God, I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't talk today. I'm getting this nice cinnamon burn to it. It's got a really great creamy texture, and I would recommend this tea. Unfortunately, I'm hearing that it has been discontinued. I was looking on the David T's website, David's Tea website, and it's not on there. I'm gonna give it another shot just in case I missed it, but it's not looking good, folks. It may be gone. If that is the case, I'm sorry. I wish I could send you some, but unfortunately, I'm not privy to it. So maybe one day they'll bring it back. You know, I mean, if McDonald's can bring back the Szechuan sauce, then we can have our white chocolate chai. Oh, I said it right the first time. Yay! White chocolate chai without tripping over chocolate chili chai. White chocolate chili chai. I want to say that 5 times fast, but you know, that'll just be eating my time, and we don't need that right now. So, you guys have any questions, comments, anything you want to ask? I'm about a little bit over halfway through my drink. So, come on, toss something at me. We can. The only thing is that if we do it on the Adagio site, they don't have white chocolate flakes, and that's something that's gonna be necessary for the white chocolate chai. Um, but yeah, I mean, if I was to do this at home and take out my little chemistry kit and start doing it, then yes, eat more Indian food. I'm gonna make that my only New Year's resolution in the middle of March, or actually the almost the end of March. That's one of my goals for this month and or next month, depending on how far I get. Um, but yeah, I mean that's definitely something that should be on everybody's list. Eat more Indian food unless you have stomach problems, then I wouldn't recommend it. Uh, but otherwise, that's some good stuff. Oh, it's making my eye itch. Mm. I'm gonna go ahead and top myself off. You guys are gonna see again, Carmen, because you missed it the first time. You're gonna see how light this black tea is. Ooh, it's dripping off the side. I always do that lately. Ooh. Oh, okay. So what was that? Can I make my own tea with garam masala? I guess. I mean, I've never tasted it before, so I can try. If I can get a sample of it, I'll see. I'll see what I can do. I mean, you can use any blend that you want in black tea. Oh, it's spicy. It's making my eye itch. But if you want to make it like a nice hearty chai, the spices are key. So generally, there's four ingredients to chai, which I learned by watching somebody on Instagram. It's cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, and what's the fourth one? It's cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, and I forget what the last one is. I'm gonna have to review that video if it's still. Oh, excuse me. If it's still on, I believe. I know that those three for sure: cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, and I believe it's a pepper of some sort. But I'm drawing a complete blank. And that recipe was something that I wanted to try, but I never got around to it. What was this? Garam masala is a blend of seasonings. If you look it up, you can find a cool tea to blend. Well, yeah, I could look it up, but the problem is, like, I would have to actually taste it to see what it would go with. how much to put in. If it's a really strong one, I don't want to put too much. If it's not strong enough, I'll have to put a whole lot in. And I want to see if I can blend it, because I mean you can pretty much make any any tea a chai. But depending on if you want to use white tea, black tea, green tea, or oolong tea, which thinking about it, I don't think I've ever heard of an oolong chai. That might be something worth looking into. Like you get a nice oolong that's sweet, soft, and creamy. You add some spices to it. I think that would actually be pretty good. I'm gonna have to look and see if anybody makes an oolong chai. That would be what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh hell no! You're not a fan of the oolong chai? You can find it at the supermarket in the International Food and Seasoning section, probably next to the Goya products. Probably. I'll take a look. I have one? What are you talking about? Which one is an oolong chai? Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I did not know that it was an oolong. I did not know it was an oolong. I just know that it is a chai. I'm slightly embarrassed. Not by much, but slightly. As a matter of fact, it does say that in the title, doesn't it? It does. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure. No, that's not it. I have way too many samples in here too. Yeah. Oh, where are you? No, that's not it. No, it's the very last one. I gotta dig in deep. Yeah. It says it on the. It says it. Sorry. Raja Oolong Chai. I forgot about that one. I know you're harboring feelings of anger and hostility because I haven't done it yet. Don't worry, I will do it. I promise I'll do it. It's on the list. I'm just waiting for it to get voted for. Just so you guys know, it's on the Teavana Taste-Alikes, along with 5 other flavors. So that's why it's a 2-part series. It's going to be 3 and 3. But yeah, it's a Raja Oolong Chai. I'm embarrassed. I do feel kind of bad. Because I know that you've been waiting for that one for a long time. I know I'm missing perfection, but what am I gonna do? I have to do the democratic process. I don't know wait, wasn't it your idea for me to start doing these polls? So you can't blame me completely. This was your idea for me to start doing the polls and have everybody help me vote for which one comes next. And now you're mad at me that nobody's voted for the 2-part series. So I can't take the full blame. Oh, all right. We'll be posting it next week, and hopefully we'll have enough votes to do the 2-part series. We'll see. And I mean, you can get anybody that you want to vote for it. Just invite them to the group. You said a poll, but you can't have a poll without including everything in one shot. Because I mean, you're gonna have to go down the list. I started with 8. It might jump up to 9. We'll see. if I decided to add my chapel chai to it. I'm probably not. That one I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave out of it because it's more of a what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you know how if I put my name on it, people might want to vote for it more, just because it's got my name on it. So I don't think that it would be fair to add that to the poll. I'm gonna wait. I just made up my mind. I'm gonna wait until after this series is over, so that I can do that one later. But yeah, I also want to do. I mean, I have a bunch of ideas. I'll get to them eventually, but in the meantime, patience is a virtue. that's all I'm going to say about that. So you guys have. Ooh, that kind of changed my voice a little bit. You guys have any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Hit me up. I'm here with an answer. Won't always be the right one, but it'll at least be a clever one. Oh, God, this thing is like starting to stuff me. Like, I'm nice and satisfied right now. I'm sure by the end of this cup, I'm going to be completely full. That's been happening a lot lately. Like, I don't know what it is. I think I'm getting I don't know. I think I'm gaining water weight or something. I don't know, because like I was never like this before, where I could get so stuffed. No, I'm not sweating. It's not that spicy. Didn't she say that? Didn't who say what? That you're talking about Kaylee saying about getting stuffed with tea. I'm assuming. I don't know. I mean, that's the only one. Oh, unless you're making a "that's what she said" joke about being stuffed, because that it could go both ways. And no, I did not miss that opportunity. Mm. I really think that this would go well iced. The only thing is, I might if I do ice it, I might want to make it add a little bit of sugar to it, because it's still maintaining that balance, but it's not having the same effect that I like to have with an iced tea. I like to have a nice, excuse me, a nice sweet flavor when it comes to it. It's losing the sweetness just a little bit as it cools. Maybe it's only because it's lukewarm temperature and hasn't crossed over into the cold, where the chocolate will become more profound, and the sweetness will. Ooh, I'm choking. I'm not choking. I'm hiccuping again. The choking, the chocolate will start to become more prevalent as it cools off. So we'll see. I think I would still add some stevia to it just in case, or just like do what I did with the I believe it was the apple chai spice, or well, I forget which one I made ice that day that I put the cream in it, and it was out of this world. I think I might just do that, adding cream to it rather than stevia. That might come out with a better effect. But as it is, it's fine with a nice cool, warm, well, room temperature, tepid kind of thing going. Mm. Ooh. Oh, it's so good. I'm really loving this tea. The more I drink of it, the sadder it is that it's discontinued. And I swear I'm going to keep on looking until until I just throw up my hands and give up. knowing that it's a lost cause. Because this is actually worth buying. It's worth drinking. It's worth looking for. So I'm gonna put in some extra effort after we get off and see if I can find something. But in the meantime, I'm almost done. I have maybe 3 sips left. We'll see. But yeah, let me know what you got. Ask me anything. Mm. Oh, oh my God, this is so good. Um, I I guess yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything more to talk about. So I'm gonna start to wrap things up here. Announcements. Do I have any announcements? I don't have anything per se. So last call. I'm going to take one last swig because I am almost done. If you guys have any questions, now's the chance. Mm. I lied. I had 2 sips left. I was never good at math. Sorry. Now it's last call. Mm. Oh man, this is. I don't know if I'm gonna be caffeinated, or am I going to, or I'm going to sleep after this. But I have a nice warm feeling in my belly. Am I not going where tomorrow? That's the question. When am I having another guest? That would depend on when you guys vote for her. I do have another blend that may require the help of my little goddaughter again. Hint, hint. Um, so yeah. Oh, the convention. I'm still debating. If I do go, it'll be by myself. But chances are I'm not going to, only because my laundry day got swapped over. So I'm gonna have to do laundry tomorrow. So it's gonna be a matter of if I do it at night after I get home, or if I do it during the day and just say, forget it, I'm staying in, and let the chips fall where they may. I have yet to determine that. I'd like to go, so we'll see. But yeah, I haven't gone to it in about 2 years, and I'm kind of missing it. So I don't know. It would be nice. For those of you who don't know, I'm talking about the tattoo convention. I actually really enjoy going there. I haven't been there since they moved it into the Donald Stevenson Center. Last time it was just in one of the hotels, and it was kind of sort of smallish. But now Donald Stevenson's, it's going to be huge. So yeah, I'm going to wrap things up now. Once again, this is the white chocolate chai. I'm going to look for the link. If I'm not able to find it, I'll let you guys know. But in the meantime, have a good night, have a great weekend, and vote for next week's stream. Just remember, the Tivana Taste-Alikes is the one that Shanna's going for. So if you guys want to see that 2-part series, go ahead and vote for that. Okay? I'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.